Hey guys, first off, this is a funny timing to be putting on a Manny Pacquiao Keith Thurman video, but I just uploaded a video about Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, a fight that I actually thought was very, very, very winnable for Andy Ruiz. I wanted to pick him to win the fight, but I didn't have time to do any videos and stuff. I did a lot of film study, I just didn't have any time to put the videos out. But there's kind of a breakdown. It's like 20 minutes long, but it got flagged for copyright, so it'll be a couple days before it gets released. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman. So what we noticed about Keith Thurman is that his feints, he commits to his feints a lot. And he does like to attack and be aggressive, Keith Thurman. I think he's a better fighter as a southpaw than he is as an orthodox fighter. But I think that he's still very basic. And I actually think that Jeff Horn is a better version of Keith Thurman than Keith Thurman is. I know that he just got knocked out by Crawford, but I also think Crawford would absolutely just demolish Keith Thurman. And, for that matter, the rest of the welterweight division as well. But I would love to see Jeff Horn fight any of those guys. Even Errol Spence. I think Errol Spence would beat Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn's biggest attribute is that he's really tough, and Errol Spence is freaking tough too. And I think it would be a good fight, to be honest. I think that, I don't know actually, Jeff Horn might give Errol Spence some problems because he's got a very active guard, he's very aggressive, and Errol Spence doesn't react super well to punches. He's not a great counterpuncher. He's a decent counterpuncher when he's putting his mind to it, but for the most part, he doesn't look to counterpunch super well or super often. Anyway, Jeff Horn is a better version of Keith Thurman, and a lot of people thought that Jeff Horn did enough to beat Manny Pacquiao, but as we'll see in this video, Manny Pacquiao was only falling behind when he would put himself against the ropes. But what I want you to focus on here is the feinting from Jeff Horn. So he's going to come forward, feints him with the jab, gets Pacquiao into a high guard, right? And then high guard to shifting his weight to his back foot to parry the right hand, right? This is very similar to what Keith Thurman does. He doesn't spend a lot of time setting his punches up. He doesn't use the information that he gets from putting his opponents out of position super well. He kind of just expects the feint to be enough. And at the highest level, everyone's seen a feint before. That's the barrier to entry to being a great fighter. But then again, Manny Pacquiao controlling the distance with his lead hand there. But again, parrying the right hand there from the very basic feint from Jeff Horn there, right? Easily getting away from that shot, controlling him, feinting, controlling him, doing a good job getting off the line. And even though he looks super awkward here, right, doing a great job of getting off the line away from Jeff Horn. And I think that's going to be something that's very valuable to... Oh my God. My marketing manager just stole my pizza. Jesus. But it's going to be something that's very valuable in the fight with Keith Thurman because, again, Keith Thurman likes to commit to all of his attacks as well, right? And look at how easily he's able to get away from all these shots, I think that Manny Pacquiao is going to have a very similar time getting away from Keith Thurman's shots. Now, what I wanted to show, again, he gets away from all those shots as well, but when Pacquiao winds up finding himself in trouble in the Jeff Horn fight and allows the fight to look closer than it is, when he stays on the line with him like that. And you can see Manny Pacquiao having a great time. Hey, come on, what is that? That's not boxing. You're not boxing. What are we doing? But again, great job getting away from the shots that are so easily telegraphed by Jeff Horn. And I think Jeff Horn does a pretty decent job of actually setting his shots up with his active guard. Like this move right here, right? Slips. And he's actually... Watch him parry the jab from Pacquiao here, right? He's expecting a jab to come right there. He's starting to move to the outside of it, right? And then close the distance. And as he does this, really great technique, you guys. He parries it, and then he transitions his weight back with this jab as he shuffles forward to get himself in position to throw this right hand, But Manny Pacquiao sees the shot, he controls him, and then comes back with his own left hand. It doesn't land, right? But he's seeing all these shots coming super well, right? And this is exactly the kind of same timing that Keith Thurman fights on. And as you see here, parrying that shot and then coming back with his own counters here, it looks like Manny Pacquiao, kind of got pieced up in the first couple of rounds, but he was picking up the timing of Jeff Horn super well and able to come back with shots. And Manny Pacquiao fights super well on the inside. Now, another one of the tactics Manny Pacquiao has is that lead left hand, right? How he's kind of always bobbing and weaving and fighting off the front foot. Look how he transfers his weight, to his back foot here, to his back foot, and he's going to move to his front foot. And at the same time, he takes a step, shoots that left hand, right? I think he's actually going to be able to find Keith Thurman with this, but more importantly, Jeff Horn is using the same counter that Keith Thurman was using against Collazo, and it's already being shown to not be effective here. And then Manny Pacquiao, after he shoots that shot, more importantly, shoots that shot and then moves off the line. Very, very important. But again, able to control Jeff Horn, feint him, and get him to go first. Look at how he's feinting him, controlling him, right? And getting him to go first, right? Feint here, and then he pulls back, and he's going to be looking for the counters as well. And again, this is just a great sequence, this whole sequence. And this kind of makes me think that Keith Thurman is just going to be a little bit out of his depth here. Again, right? Look at how quick this transition is, right? Feint, baiting the shot, feint, baiting the shot, feint. He baits the shot, moves off the line, comes back in, and then again comes back in and baits the shot again and still winds up letting his left hand go. He doesn't land, right? But that's not what I want to focus on here. It's all of the attacks from Jeff Horn. And look at this active guard from Jeff Horn. Look at how he's slipping, right? Look at how he takes a step to the outside, takes a step back onto the line, shuffles forward, right? Shuffles. Give him all these different looks. He's making Manny Pacquiao think a lot, but Manny Pacquiao was still able to control him and fight back with his own active guard. And you can take a look at that too, right? Look at Manny Pacquiao reacting, giving him different looks. When Jeff Horn slips to the outside of Pacquiao, Pacquiao slips again, right, to get away from the possible right hand, controlling him. And Jeff Horn just doesn't have, he's not, I don't want to say he's not fast enough, but he's not using any of the information that he's getting from his feints to actually land any punches. And then again, Manny Pacquiao doing Manny Pacquiao things, feinting here, feinting, slipping to the inside, right? And then boom, landing that straight left hand, right? And then rolling off the line. Again, a great job, And then the culmination of that, easily getting away from that shot and then landing a 1-2. And I think that this is going to be the telltale sign of the fight between him and Keith Thurman. How Jeff Horn looks to fall in on his jab or on his right hand, and he catches him with the jab, right, to control him, keep his head there, and then cracks him with the straight left hand. And just, great boxing from Manny Pacquiao. And a lot of that was overlooked because of all the time that Manny Pacquiao kind of spent on the ropes or spent letting Jeff Horn throw punches at him. But again, the next round starts. I think actually this might be the same round, but he's able to land some more shots, but he's punching with his opponent. He's able to see those shots coming. And I think that he's going to have similar success against Keith Thurman. I think that they fight in a very similar style. And again, Manny Pacquiao doing a great job when he's out of position, right, doing his own feinting, and then getting Horn out of position to feint him when he thinks he's out of position. He thinks he's just going to move away, and then cracking him with the left hook, and then right hook, and then getting under Horn's left hook. And again, this is another shot that Keith Thurman uses a lot to try to herd his left-handed opponents to hit into his right hand. But Manny Pacquiao, again, like I talked about in their video, doing a good job of getting under those shots and, making it a real fight, And again, Manny Pacquiao doing a great job here. Jeff Horn feinting him, shooting that straight right hand, and then Manny Pacquiao slipping to the inside, and then boom, touching him with his own straight left hand, right? Great boxing from Manny Pacquiao. And it just kind of, people don't really see this happening because they don't even realize that Pacquiao's punching. He's just so fast, and he's landing these like kind of pitter-patter shots, but he has so much power that eventually in the fight you really start to see it weigh on Jeff Horn. But again, that straight right hand, he's able to easily slip it and come with a body shot here, right? And I think there's a... Oh, man. And again, great shot, right? Whoops, a little too far back. But Jeff Horn comes and tries to catch him leaning on that timing, right? When he slips to the outside of his opponent, right? And he tries to time Manny Pacquiao slipping to the outside with that hook. And he's able to pull back just away and then follow him with that straight left hand. Again, I really don't think that the right hook is going to be, or the left hook is going to be very effective for Keith Thurman. I think Manny Pacquiao's seen it a million times. Everyone's tried to use it against him. And Manny Pacquiao is just... He just has too much craft. He's too fast. He's too smart. He's paying too much attention. And I think he's just going to have a great time against Keith Thurman. And again, just a great shot. That straight right hand comes. He gets under the hook, right? Boom. And look at how well he fights on the inside. He can't even see his opponent. He's landing that great shot right there. And again, I think that's going to be something that Keith Thurman has a lot of trouble with. Because Keith Thurman doesn't like to fight on the inside. And Keith Thurman doesn't respond super well to being punched. You know, I think that Keith Thurman has one of those problems where he'll, I don't know. I don't want to say he freezes up, you know, but his attacks stop and then he just looks to move off the line. And I think that Pacquiao's going to be able to catch him enough to keep him in that zone. You know, and again, trying to set up his shots here, right? Touch gloves with him. He's easily able to, after the touching of gloves, right, to control the space, he's easily able to get out of the counter, or out of the right hand, and then land his own counter and move off the line. You know, I just think that Pacquiao's just going to be a little bit too clever, a little bit too crafty. Great body shot right there. And he gets cracked with a right hand there. But again, fighting super well on the inside. Boom, boom. And I think that, you know, basically, this is Pacquiao's fight to lose. You know, I think that Keith Thurman, boom, lines up really well for him. And Keith Thurman's style is just something that Pacquiao has seen over and over and over again. I don't think that Keith Thurman fights with a high enough layer of hiding his offense to really give Manny Pacquiao any trouble. And I'm talking about a prime Keith Thurman, not even the Keith Thurman that fought Josecito Lopez, right? Boom, and again, Manny Pacquiao, this is another thing that's going to be very, very effective for Manny Pacquiao, is in this sequence, he feints him with the jab, and gets him to bait the counter, right? So he can come back with his own left hand right there. It doesn't look like a lot here, but that is a big shot, you know, and you really don't want to be caught being baited into shots. And then again, even more impressive, that final combination that he lands. Parrying that shot, beautiful work, boom, boom, comes back with that. Now let's break that down. This is just such fantastic boxing, you guys have no idea. But look at how the shot comes, and he transitions his weight to his back leg, right, by parrying that shot, right? And then and he's like bringing his right shoulder back as he parries it to make himself smaller. And then he's going to explode out of his guard, right, to retransition his weight back before he throws the straight left hand. You know, just tremendous amount of athleticism from Pacquiao. Again, right, the shot comes, transfers all his weight to his back leg, transfers it back slowly as he shoots his jab. Boom, boom. You know, even though he doesn't land the straight left hand super cleanly, right, this style of offense just will not be very effective against Pacquiao. He's just seen too much of that. It's too easy for him to find, and I don't think that Keith Thurman is going to be able to layer his offense enough to cause Manny Pacquiao any real trouble. Keith Thurman doesn't like to get hit in the body. You know, I think I'm not sure if Robert Guerrero hurt him to the body too. I know Collazo did, but yeah, I think that this is just going to be an easy fight for Pacquiao. I think he's probably going to smash Keith Thurman, and people are going to be like, what? No way. What? How did that happen? The 40-year-old has done it. Oh, but it's just, Pacquiao's just a craftier fighter. He's fought much, 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 much better opposition in his career than Keith Thurman ever will. Ever. But anyway, actually, I would love to see Tim Bradley fight Keith Thurman. I think Tim Bradley would put it on him too. I think that would be a great fight. But actually, isn't Tim Bradley, is he making a comeback? I don't know. I'll have to Google that after this. But anyway, I'm picking Pacquiao to win. I'm picking him to beat the crap out of Keith Thurman And not because of the layoff. Not because of that. That's going to make it worse. But not because of the layoff, but because Manny Pacquiao is a better fighter, and people just don't understand how good Manny Pacquiao is. It even took me a long time to really get it. I remember I used to watch boxing like, he's an average fighter. He's better because he's a southpaw. But I think he's an exceptional fighter, and I think he's gonna kick. Keith Thurman's ass. But I'm not sure if he winds up fighting Errol Spence, how that fight's gonna go, because I don't think I've seen Errol Spence fight a southpaw, and I've definitely never seen Manny Pacquiao fight a southpaw either. So who knows? But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah. Oh, also I have some really exciting stuff. It should be dropping tomorrow, so maybe I'll make another video tomorrow to announce it. But yeah, thanks guys.